In this video, I want to talk about the upper chest. Upper chest really gives a very aesthetic look. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, The Last Daddy. Checking in. So for anyone who's new watching my channel, my videos, my channel has been really focused on my wedding, which was 3 months ago, which is crazy to think, but I was getting in the best shape of my life, getting ready for my wedding day. And that was a big focus and a big goal, a big motivational goal, getting ready for the wedding day and trying to bring my best physique. And it's crazy to think now the date now, I think it's July 2nd. And the wedding was March 22nd. It's just so crazy to think the amount of time and effort that me and my wife put into making this day just so special. It's come and gone. It's crazy, but we're lucky that we've got all our wedding photos. We actually got our photos. We're 1 day apart with our birthdays. We share essentially the same birthday. And a few days before, we got all our wedding photos back. So that was a couple of weeks ago, our birthdays, and that was so special. It was almost like the best birthday present, receiving all our photos, 918 photos to go through, but it was so much fun to do that. And it just, even though it's 3 months plus later, we still feel like we get to celebrate the wedding. We still get to look back and think what a special, euphoric day it was. And yeah, it just, as you can see, I have every time I think about this wedding, every time I talk about the wedding, I just have this big smile on my face. So all my videos have been focusing on getting in the best shape, and I had this goal around my YouTube channel to make that almost a series in itself. And I've been very torn, if I'm being honest, about how can what focus can I now put for my YouTube channel to make content, to make videos. And I'm just being honest, I don't know what the focus or the goal of the YouTube channel is going to be. And I think that's what I'm just going to lean into a little bit, that a part of me is like, maybe I should do a bodybuilding competition again next year so then I can record it and track my progress, and maybe I will. But right now, I'm just going to make content on what I'm currently just doing on a day-to-day kind of basis, giving you guys tips and just trying to remind you that, yes, the wedding was a great opportunity, not only for myself, but try to motivate others to maybe dial in and work towards a goal, because goals are great. You know, having a set date, a set weight, something to strive towards can be really motivating. But I've always preached that it's about how can we make exercise a day-to-day routine? How can we make it consistent? How can we make a diet, not a diet, but something that we can do lifelong? I really much preach that. I've been weight training since I was 16. You know, I'm 31 now. I'm almost hit double the time. I've almost hit a double period of like just weight training in my life. And it's so important for our physical and mental health for exercise to be just part of our daily routine. So maybe I will have a goal for us to work towards and to strive towards, but I'm just going to be documenting my day-to-day. So right now, day-to-day is this. I'm on a 4-day split. I'm currently hitting chest and shoulders, back and shoulder. Oh, sorry, take that back. Back and shoulders, rear delt focused, chest and shoulders, side delt focus, legs, and then arms and a bit of shoulder focus again. So I don't have a set day for shoulders, but I'm getting that frequency in, and then I'm hitting, because I'm doing a 4 days on, 1 day off, I'm hitting the muscle group twice a week, or just on the cusp every 6 day. So that's the current split. So in this video, I want to talk about the upper chest, right? So if you're interested in this video, stay tuned. We're going to talk about some tips for the upper chest. So why do we want to hit the upper chest? Especially for us guys, right? Upper chest really gives almost a very aesthetic look. A lot of people have mid and lower chest development. but not many people have the upper chest development. So it's really important in your chest routine that if you want to build that upper chest, you need to, prioritize that in your chest routine or your push routine. You want to make sure that is the first exercise that you're doing in that workout. You want to make sure you're feeling fresh, so that way you can push the maximum amount of weight for your set rep range that you're aiming for. Because if you're going to do it as your second or third exercise, most likely you're not going to be able to hit the same amount of weight that you could if you did it at the start of your workout. So that's very important that you do that. When we think about our upper chest exercises, what kind of exercise we're looking at, really we want to be hitting a full range, a spectrum of different angles. So even the flat bench press, we get upper chest activation. So don't think to get upper chest, you have to only hit one angle. You want to hit a variety of angles, including the flat bench. But if we want to really target that upper chest, we want to increase the angle when it comes to, and I'm talking specifically about pressing movements, whether it's a barbell press or a dumbbell press. We want to get that bench and slightly increase the angle. Now you might be thinking, what angle is going to be best? Do I want to hit a 30-degree angle? Do I want it, which is a slight incline? Do I want to hit 45, which is a little bit higher? Do I even want to hit 60, which is even more of an extreme of angle? And the answer is, try them all. Get a variety in. For many, and there's a couple reasons for that. One, for me, I've done for years and years and years and years and years and years, always on about a 30-degree angle. In this workout, in this video that you can see here, and what I'm doing now is changing the angle and hitting a 45-degree angle. If you choose one angle and only stick to that angle, you're probably leaving some opportunities, on the side, where by playing around with different angles, you're going to hit different parts, or you might hit a different sweet spot, or just get a better feel of the contraction on the way up, on the way down, where you actually feel more of the upper chest. So, and I'm really enjoying, and I find right now I'm getting more, especially when I get a pump. I can feel the pump. It's not as down on my mid chest, it actually feels higher up. I'm actually getting, I have that mind muscle connection. So because I've been doing this angle for such a long time, I'm like, you know what, let's try something different and let's go to the 45-degree angle. As individuals, we all have different arm lengths, we all have different biomechanics. So one angle might work really well for one person, but then for another person, they may really benefit from going down to a 30-degree angle, even a 15-degree angle, and someone might benefit from doing 45, even a 60-degree angle if you really retract your scapula and really focus on pushing your chest up. So you got to try different angles that are going to work best for your body. The other factors you want to think about is you want to make sure you're getting a full range of motion, whether that's a pressing movement, whether that's a fly movement, whatever you're doing to hit your chest, we need a full range of motion, especially at that stretch position. We know that evidence shows that when we can put load on the muscle, when the muscle's in a lengthened position, that's very beneficial for hypertrophy and building muscle. So really making sure get that full range of motion that you can do safely, and then focus on getting a contraction at the top. You don't want to just do incline work. You need to incorporate several different angles and different exercises. If you just focus on incline, you're not hitting the whole muscle, and at the end of the day, for the muscle to look complete, you need to be able to hit it all from all angles. And it's not just about the muscle itself, but it's also just about good joint mobility, good joint health as well, to change up the angles. So that's why you can see here I'm also doing a flat bench press as well, which again, maybe doesn't prioritize the upper chest, but I'm still going to be hitting my upper chest as well as my mid chest. Because you can see in this workout here, I'm also incorporating some flies. So when we think of the upper chest muscles, they actually originate up in the clavicle and they insert down towards the humerus, which is the arm bone. So those muscles, if you think of just even like you think of your clavicle and your humerus, your arm bone, well, it's this angle, right? So the muscle fibers run down on this angle here. So doing a chest fly where we start low and we come high and we cross our arm up to the top here. That's the action of the muscle, right? To bring my arm in, and we're following those muscle fibers. That's a really great way, a great exercise to hit that upper chest from going low to high. Again, really thinking about a full range of motion, go as full stretch of a range, again putting that load on the muscle in the lengthened position, and then we're really controlling and squeezing at the top. If you want that greater contraction, what I like to do, I like to cross my arms over. I feel like I really get that deep squeeze. As I start to fatigue, I just bring my hands together. Just some things that I'm incorporating for my routine. It's also important when you're thinking about frequency, how often do we want to hit the upper chest? You want to do it at least once a week, ideally 2 to 3 times a week as well. You can also see here I'm finishing off with a bit of shoulder side raises here, but this video again focusing predominantly on the upper chest, so they were my main tips when it comes to working on my upper chest. Anyway guys, as I mentioned, I'm just going to be documenting how I'm tracking just on a day-to-day basis, because that's what exercise should be. It should be, how can we make this a day-to-day thing? Yes, if you've got a goal, if you've got something to strive for, fantastic. I love that. I'm all about it. I've got clients where they've got goals. I have one client who's going to Nepal and we're working on, those log hikes kind of stuff. Fantastic. But he's also aware that when he comes back, he wants to keep it going. He wants to make it part of his day-to-day routine. And that's what I love. I love about exercise, about being all about longevity. Because that, again, is going to be the best for our physical health, our mental health, and that links into every aspect of our life. The way we interact with people, our relationships, the way we can just engage in the workplace. It's so important. So anyway, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.